Hola, buenos días. I'm going to go through the beginning of my Spanish 1 class. I do this for Spanish 2 as well, but hopefully this video will help a new teacher, a new language teacher. This is just my third year teaching, but this is what I've come up with so far for my classes, and it works, and just making a video. Okay, so this is like the beginning when the students come in to the room, to the classroom. They come in silently. I tell them, to be quite honest, I don't really care if they talk a little bit, but it has to be in a calm manner. So that's why I put it in there. I tell them every day to look at the board because it's going to be a list of things to do right when they come in. So they take out their planner. They have planners. The planner entry will always be to the right in this section, complete all VHL activities. This will be, I don't really give out homework, but yeah, this is something like maybe they didn't finish it or a reminder, something like that in the planner entry. Then number 3, I tell them to leave their planners out because I will have 2 stamper students that will go around and stamp the planners to make sure that they did it, and then they will get points on Friday for having it done every day of the week. So as they're doing that, I start the timer right here because the timer helps a lot. It makes it seem like they're running out of time and they need to get it done like right away. So the timer is very helpful. Les doy 5 minutos para hacer el warm-up. And then they now know to take out the Chromebook and go to daily warm-ups. I use Google Classroom, so the daily warm-ups is a section on Google Classroom. I used to be more detailed on how to get here, but now they know where to find it. So I tell them go to daily warm-ups, complete the Google form for the day 8:30. The Google form will always be like some answer this question in Spanish or like traduce esta oración, translating. Sometimes I'll be fill in the blank. Sometimes it will be, I honestly switch it up. Sometimes it's a game. Sometimes it's short and sometimes it's a little longer. So the warm-up is, I like to switch it up, but Google form. Then I either give them the whole time, I tell them to, normally it would say close your computer at 45-degree angle, but I just kind of read the room, make sure like people are finishing up. Then I'll stop the time and be like, okay, everybody close your computer, 45-degree angle. And then I ask them, ¿Cómo están? Like, how are you guys? They say, bien, y usted, o bien, y tú. I don't mind if they say, bien, y tú, or bien, y usted. I say, bien, gracias. Clase, ¿qué día es hoy? I ask them, what day is it? Hoy es el 30 de agosto. And on the first days of school, we practice that. I said, repitan después de mí. Hoy es el 30 de agosto. And we repeat so that they can practice that, saying it together. All right. After we do that, we go over the warm-up. So we go over the Google form or whatever the warm-up for that day was. Usually takes us like 2 minutes. I have cards with all their names on them, and I will pick a card anonymously, and they will be the ones to answer the things for the warm-up. We usually go through it pretty quickly. Sometimes I'll ask them additional questions for fun. The agenda, I go through what we're doing for that day. I say it in Spanish. Por ejemplo, voy a decir, hoy es miércoles, el 25 de agosto, y número 1, ya completamos el Google Form, fue el warm-up, el número 1 ya lo hicimos. Número 2, vamos a aprender el alfabeto. Número 3, vamos a repasar los números. Número 4, vamos a repasar holas, adiós. Y ya, 5, vamos a trabajar we were doing like a little mini project thing. So I tell them, I go through it in Spanish, just telling them what they're doing, but they're reading in English. Okay, that's my alphabet thing. I just go, repitan después de mí. We go through it. They repeat. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Yeah, lo practicamos. And then after that, I've been like calling names, and I tell them to spell their name. Spell their name. So for example, Gonzalez, my last name, I would have to say G-O-N-Z-A-L-E-Z. A, L, E, Z. So I have them spell their names, or I have them spell them spell vocabulary. Like spell, ¿cómo se escribe hola? ¿Cómo se escribe hola? Y tienen que decir Hola. So that's how we review the alphabet. Preguntas. We'll do it together. The first days of school, we went over these. Now I will just call them, ¿Cómo estás? They will reply, bien, o más o menos, ¿cómo te llamas? Me llamo. Sometimes I say, I'm going to call a name and I'm only going to ask you 2 questions, so be ready for which question I'm going to ask you. So maybe I'll be like, blah, 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 ¿cómo te llamas? And then they'll say, me llamo, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll be like, ¿cuántos hermanos tienes? Número 6, ¿cuántos hermanos tienes? And they'll say, tengo 2 hermanos. And then I'm like, okay, we go over that a little bit. Sometimes I'm like, all right, turn to your partner and ask them these questions. And then they'll be like, ¿cómo estás? Bien. ¿Cómo te llamas? They'll talk with the partner. Do it, move on. Translate, pretty much the same type of little review thing. For numbers, this is a little review I have for numbers. I just put the numbers in columns. It's kind of confusing like this, but that's how I told them that it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With a partner, they had to alternate counting. So they would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we were just learning up to 30, so only up to 30. Once they finished that, we did odds, so it would be like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So alternating. It's pretty fun. And then this one was even numbers, 2, 4, same thing. We did it 3 times. Then I bring them back in, and la pregunta es, ¿cuántos años tienes? Vamos a traducir estas oraciones. I call on them with the cards. They're anonymous, so they are good. And I say, ¿cómo se dice o traduce? I am 19 years old in español, and from the number practice that we've been doing, they will say, tengo 19 años, and the next person, tengo 25 años. Sometimes I'll do the same thing like multiple times a week, but I'll switch the numbers up. More questions. And that's all right now that I have for like my beginning of classroom management type thing, like the type of activities I do to get them to talk and like warm up. And then maybe like that day we're learning about los artículos, and then it's like a bigger part of the lesson, and we do maybe like a worksheet together, or we do an activity together. Depends. Or maybe they do independent work with headphones, listening practice. But that's like something that I like to do almost every day, like these type of review stuff. These are the slides I use for teaching them vocabulary. They go, we're like this. And then first it's like, repitan después de mí, buenos días, buenas tardes. But then once they get good, then they just do it on their own. Igualmente, ¿cómo te llamas? Me llamo. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, ¿y tú? No, muy bien, por favor. And then once they get really confident with those, I tell them like the next day we're gonna try with no words. So same slides, but I take the words off. Le quito las palabras. Entonces son las fotos nada más. I just show them the photos, and they have to like have them memorized enough to where they could just go through it. Mal, de donde eres, with no writing. I do that with numbers too. I do the same slides with numbers. So let me see if I can get my number slides. Same slides with the numbers. When they're learning them, see with words, I will show them like this, if it loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, we do it all the way up to 30 for right now. Then we'll go up to 100. And then after 100, we will go to 200, 300, we go up to 1,000,000 and 8,000,000. And then I have some questions for them. These are a little bit more advanced, but after we review, I like to do some questions like ¿cuántos años tienes? To practice the numbers. ¿Cuántos amigos tienes? How many friends do you have? That one can be kind of funny. ¿Cuánto dinero quieres? How much money do you want? A lot of them say quiero $1,000, quiero $100. ¿Cuántos hermanos? ¿Y qué hora es? What time is it? Anyway, yep, that's just how I review vocab, teach them vocabulary, and then hopefully someone was able to learn something from it. All right, that is all I have for this little video. Hopefully I can make more fun videos with my classes in them. Maybe their voices in the background. I don't know. I'm going to see what I can do with Spanish videos. Okay, adios.